Podcasts are hot right now. How do I know? Well, you're listening to one right now, aren't you? But you might be wondering, how on earth do I get my voice out there and start my own podcast? It all seems so intimidating. Between hosting and platforms and monetization, it can get real complicated real quick. Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We started this podcast over 2 years ago, not knowing clue one on how to do it. So how do we do it? We did it with Anchor. Anchor is the free podcast app with creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. And Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on all the platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And everybody likes money, right? Well, you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So go right now, download the free Anchor app, or go to Anchor FM to get started. It's the eCommerce Minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news with your host, John Suder, Bart, Mroz, and Brittany Blackman. The eCommerce Minute is a production of SUMO Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm located in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com. It's eCommerce Minute episode 739.
In today's episode, Walmart teams with Shopify to grow Walmart's marketplace.
Walmart has partnered with e-commerce giant Shopify to expand its third-party marketplace site. Walmart executive Jeff Clements said the world's largest retailer aims to add 1,200 Shopify sellers this year. The company's marketplace site, which offers more than 75 million products, grew at a faster pace than Walmart's overall web business in the first quarter. Third-party sales are typically more profitable as the sellers pay a fee when a sale is made and often shoulder the delivery costs. Activating the Walmart e-commerce channel through Shopify allows sellers to sync their assortments with Walmart.com to easily track orders, inventory, and fulfillment within Shopify, and manage product information on Walmart.com. The company said that Shopify sellers won't pay fees to list their products on Walmart.com, but will instead pay referral fees, and that's in quotes, when they make a sale. The collaboration is Walmart's latest attempt to expand the scale and profitability of its $21.5 billion with a B U.S. e-commerce business, which is gaining ground on Amazon. Recently, Walmart rolled out a fulfillment service for third-party sellers, allowing customers to return marketplace items in its physical stores and jettison millions of third-party items that didn't meet quality standards. But according to Rick Watson, founder and CEO of RMW Commerce Consulting and a friend of the show, said that Walmart may also have its eye on Target. He quotes, 1,200 sellers is a big number, and what's understated is I think Walmart might be trying to put some distance between itself and Target, he said. Target has been growing, its marketplace is extremely curated, and Target is also on a tear right now. End of quote. There are risks to opening the doors to more and more sellers. Walmart's marketplace, along with Amazon's, has faced criticism over the years for carrying offensive items like Confederate flags. In recent years, Walmart has pulled 20 million items off the site that didn't meet its quality standards. Though Amazon's marketplace is open to virtually anyone who goes through the online registration process, Walmart's is invite only, so it can properly vet sellers. It also uses machine learning and keyword recognition technology to spot suspect sellers. Satish Kanwar, Shopify's vice president of product, said that, quote, few companies in the world match the sheer size and scale of Walmart. The deal opens the door for small and medium-sized businesses to access the 120 million customers who visit Walmart.com every month, end quote. This is fantastic for Shopify sellers if they get in the door.
Yeah, it's going to be big. I guess they're going to be particular who they let in. So is it going to be like the echelon of Shopify stores?
Yeah, I would think. I'm sure they're not just going to let drop shippers and T-shirt dudes in there, you know?
Oh, we can't do our T-shirt store and put it on Walmart?
Yeah, we probably could. But from what it sounds, they're going to be a little bit more particular, which seems to be the hue and cry of every complaint about Amazon.com in that, great, they have everything in the world, but in my personal experience, it's becoming harder and harder to find, not to find the item that I'm looking for, but to find the item that isn't some sort of knockoff or something that is coming from a slow boat from somewhere else or has goosed ratings. I'll give you a for instance.
Yeah, because you definitely do drop shipping a lot there. And then I think Amazon is approaching about, because of all this happened too, I think they're about to approach 10% of advertising revenue too.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah, it's a little crazy. I'll give you, for instance, we had a tree that fell in our backyard. I don't want to buy a chainsaw because this is like a one-time thing. And they have this drill bit that you can buy and it basically splits wood. And of course, somehow the algorithm figured out that I was looking for such an item. So I'm seeing it on my Facebook and Instagram feed. So I finally said, the hell will I go on Amazon and look. And I've gotten good at looking at the really crappy listings because the English is not proper, the photos are sketch, the reviews are either stellar, like it's the greatest thing that was ever invented, or it's got 2 reviews and it's like this thing fell apart in 2 minutes. So I'm really tired of buying crap on these sites just because of convenience. I'm doing that trade-off, and it's like I'm almost going, you know what? I'd rather pay $30 and have it at least not fall apart or break in my face than pay $15, have it tomorrow, and great, now it's in the trash. That was my long way of saying maybe Walmart's going to do a better job of this. And I'd really like to see the type of sellers that the Shopify sellers that they get on there, because Shopify also has sellers of all size and shape and product. But at the same time, you've got a lot of, it's basically, I don't want to say training wheels, but it's a place where if you're starting a store, it's a natural progression until you move into a bigger platform. And maybe some of these smaller entrepreneurs hopefully can get in the door. Maybe somebody who's got only 100 SKUs as opposed to a guy who's got 10,000 SKUs. It's a good opportunity for maybe some entrepreneurs, but we'll see.
We'll see if Walmart does these people good. Sometimes I just get skeptical with Walmart, just in general.
Well, they are the biggest employer in the country, so they can throw their weight around whenever they want.
That's true.
Yeah, but from a perspective of a retailer, you want it to kind of be in marketplaces, unless you're a specific product,
Right.
If you don't want to be on Amazon.
Right. Unless you're some artisanal hipster, homemade wallets or candles or something like that. That's a little bit different because you're not dealing on scale. You're dealing on, I'm selling a small volume of a quality product. Whereas a guy selling, he's got 16 different kind of drill bits. He's going to kick butt on Walmart because if he competes on price, he's just going to sell more product. But what is this referral fee? Does anybody know what the percentage is? It's got to be.
I'm not sure. I think Brittany, you would have that, but we can always see if Rick has it too. But it's probably just like an affiliate fee, right?
Right. But I'm wondering if it's, 2%, 10%, if it's something that's cost prohibitive. Because it's not, I don't see it here, so that kind of scares me. So the rumor was swirling that Walmart purchased Shopify. That rumor's been going around for a while, but once this was announced, people started amplifying that rumor once again. That would be wild. I would hate to see that. I would really hate to see that happen. I'm starting to think that Shopify might be a little bit too big to be gobbled up. Well, nothing's impossible, but I would hope that Shopify would keep their autonomy as a platform. And that's speaking as an entrepreneur or a failed entrepreneur myself, but also someone who works in the space with clients. I'd hate to see that come under Walmart because, once the big guy buys the smaller guy, things change, and it's usually never for the better.
It seems like it says the fees could range from 6% to 20%.
6 to 20, that's quite the range. Yeah. I wonder if it's by category.
True.
Bart, what's your thought on that?
I don't know. Between on Shopify, between paying the monthly fees and all the apps you use and all the warehousing things, all of a sudden you're just giving all your sales away.
It's similar to people who sell on eBay and Etsy. It's like, oh, look, I made $24 on my candle, and then the end of the month, it's like, no, you made $1.24 on your candle, all the fees and everything, and you have to advertise.
The money is in the platform, not the actual thing.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. All right, sounds like you guys are getting depressed by this one, so we'll close with we'll close a little stat time. Morgan Stanley analyst Brian Novak said the pandemic accelerated e-commerce about 2 years into the future, predicting the e-commerce penetration of U.S. retail sales to hit 23% this year, compared with 18% in 2019. I said the exact same thing in a podcast last week. This guy must be reading my brain. Although, as an essential retailer, Walmart stores have remained open during the pandemic, but its e-commerce sales surged 74% in the first quarter. That stat according to Retail Dive. And finally, Shopify's U.S. shares rose as much as 7.6% to 799.02 on Monday of the announcement in New York trading. And actually, as of this reading, it's up much higher. It's up to 917 as of June 23rd. So Shopify stock is on a tear, as most e-commerce stocks are. Let's just hope that post-COVID, these stocks don't bottom out. Let's hope they hold some ground. You guys got anything else?
Nope.
All right. That is your e-commerce minute for today. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow. That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion or just want to say hi, find us on social media @SUMO Heavy.